time. I'd like to say it's getting better, but it's not. Uh, Need a little vitamin C here. Forget about a little OJ, orange juice. We'll talk about it when everybody comes here. I'll give you an update on the wife, Saluj and Donnie. It's been crazy. Always love and appreciate your family. I don't care how busy you are. I don't care what you got going on in your life. You take a minute out of your day. You should take more than a minute and just call up your mom if she doesn't live with you. If she's still, alive, God willing, God bless. Tell her how much you love her. Tell your father how much you love him. Tell your brother, your sister, your wife, your family how much you love them every single day of your life, because life could change in a moment's notice. That's what happened to me and my family. 3 weeks ago, we were a normal family. Just 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, my wife was home. And okay, yes, she was dealing with stage 4 cancer. God bless her. She's been dealing with that for about 8 years. She's been dealing with cancer for 10 years, but stage 4 about 8 years. But she was fine. She's always been such a fighter, my wife, like Trump baby, fight, fight, fight. And was cooking dinner. Okay, granted, maybe in a little discomfort, maybe not feeling the greatest, but ultimately taking care of her family. Being there for me, being there for my mother, being there for our children, being a 100% amazing wife, an amazing mom. Somehow, in a short period of just 3 weeks, my wife is now in a ventilator, no longer eating, drinking. She has a food tube in her. No longer speaking, no longer even nodding. Almost in pretty much I would say it's very close to a coma, but you would say a coma-like state. I don't know. I guess occasionally she opens her eyes, but not really that much. I'm going down to see her now in a little bit. But it's just very hard for me to see her in a ventilator. I'm going to be meeting with the doctor today, the radiologist, to see if I could get her some kind of treatment for the brain. But it's really not looking good. This is a very, very tough situation. I've been running to my piano, my keyboard, as you all know. That's what I do. When I'm down, I run to this here, right here, boom. I run to my keyboard. And I write songs. I write them. It's called the thank you songs for anybody who have the good heart to help our family in our time of need. I do a nice little jazz composition, That's the thank you song. Anybody who would have the good heart to help a family right now in need. My wife dealing with end stage cancer. She's on a ventilator right now in the hospital. I'm going to see her very, very soon. Are you the real Italian tank? No, I'm Italian, baby. I'm the real Italian tank. I'm the real Italian tank. Forget about it. Forget about it, Maron. Apefather is the real deal. This is the Italian Tank song. Forget about it, Maron. All right, let's get rid of this guy here. Let's get rid of that hater. Bye-bye, hater. I'm with my wife 7 days a week. I am with my wife so much, okay? But I have to also be there for my children. And I also have to do things for myself, which is music, to keep me calm and to keep me relaxed. But I am with my wife every minute. I'm there all the time. The nurses know me. Every nurse knows me. Every doctor knows me. The security guards know me by a first name basis. That's how much I'm there. So these haters, they just want to continue to hate. But I am not going to let them win because they don't know how much I love my wife. I love my wife more than anything on this planet. Of course, I love my children just as much. It's my family. I'm a family man. Let me play a song for my wife. This is called Peace and Serenity. This is an original song I wrote for her. Classical Peace. Back to the Future. How you doing, brother? I am staying strong for my kids. Oh, I just erased that. I don't know why I just did that. Let me do it. Hold on a second here. You know, that's what my wife would tell me if she was here, brother. If she was here right now, like and able to speak, my wife would tell me, you have to be strong. You have to be strong for our children. You have to be. So yes, every day of my life, I am very, very strong for my kids. Trying to, okay, good. It's just a horrible time right now, brother. It's just a really, really horrible time. You know, every day it seems to get more horrible. I wish to tell you that every day got better because normally that's what I like to say. I'm a very positive person and I like to say take things day by day. because tomorrow's a new day. Yeah, salud, a little OJ, orange juice. Got to keep hydrated, you know. But every day, it's not going well. You know, it took her 5 days to finally get off the ventilator. And I kind of like wanted to celebrate a little bit that she got off the ventilator, you know. And, you know, the kids were happy because that was a big milestone for her. That was a big step. You know, she was on a ventilator for 5 days and she had the strength, she had the will to get off. So I said, you know what? Let's go to your favorite place. I took the kids to their favorite place, which is the Fuji Japanese hibachi steakhouse. You know, just for a little fun. Yeah, everybody breaks my balls, these haters. They're like, why are you at a hibachi? Because my kids have to have fun too. I can't leave my kids in a state of depression, okay? I have to give them, obviously, some entertainment, some fun, cheer them up, put big smiles on their faces. That's what fathers do in hard times. So we went out there and, you know, we're enjoying a beautiful dinner. And I get a phone call from the hospital. He's saying, is this Mr. Lavoie? Is this, you know, Jennifer's husband? I said, yes. They said, Mr. Lavoie, your wife seems that she's very close to stop breathing. She's not really breathing that much. It's like she's taking one breath almost like every minute. It was like really bad. They're like, we must put her on the ventilator right away. It was like something really scary. And I was just like, oh my God. So they had to put her back onto the ventilator. Then they said she was still not breathing well, even on the ventilator. So they had to do this immediate procedure to clear out her lungs. They had to get all the... Now, you might say, what's causing all of this? So let's talk a little bit about it. My wife has one main problem, which is the... let me read this here. Yeah, I mean, listen, I love the Japanese hibachi steakhouse. It's my favorite. It's my kid's favorite. But unfortunately, we didn't really enjoy it, Back to the Future, because of that phone call I got from my wife. I still don't even know if this is the real Back to the Future, because, you know, 1 minute it's Back to the Future with no 99, then it's Back to the Future with 99, then it's Back to the Future with 1999. But anyway, who knows? But anyway, God bless. Who knows? Anyway, getting back. I get a call saying that they had to clear out her lungs. They had to take all the secretions, everything out of her lungs. Then she started breathing a little better, but she's on assistance. She's on the ventilator. I'm going down there now after this live stream. You know, I got some time. I have a doctor's appointment there in a few hours. I have to meet with the radiologist. It's very important. And it's best that that's true. Without Jennifer there, Back to the Future, it was not the same. You know, honestly, anywhere I go, I think of my wife, Jennifer. I've known her for 25 years. I've known her for a quarter of a century. When you know someone that long, believe me, pretty much there's nowhere you could go in your life where you're not going to think of her. Everywhere I go, there's a memory of Jennifer. It could be anywhere. I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I think of my wife. I go to Wawa, I think of my wife. I could go to a fast food restaurant, I think of my... We've gone everywhere. We've gone to the best restaurants, fast food restaurants, movie theaters, you name it. Bowling alley, anything. It could be anything. I gotta get a haircut. I think about my wife. Mike, it's really difficult. Look, can I tell you what it is, Mike? Do you want to know why I'm going to probably get through it? I'm going to tell you the reason why, Mike. And it's not, I can't even credit myself. I got to credit my children and my wife. I got to credit my children and my wife, because if it wasn't for them, I would be a basket case right now. I probably would be in Bellevue. I'd probably be in like a straitjacket right now. Seriously, if you really want me to be honest with you, if it was not for my kids and my wife. See, I think about my wife and she tells me, Rich, you have to be strong for our kids. You have to be. I will kick your ass. She'll pull like a Mike Tyson on me. Like I'm talking about Mike Tyson in his prime. She'll lay me out. if I'm not there for the kids. So I constantly, like, what happens is I have a moment, right, where I'll analyze what's happening with my wife, and she's on a ventilator, and she's not moving. You know, she's not, her eyes are not open. She's not able to even nod her head anymore. And I say to myself, when you start thinking like that, you start getting very shaky. You start getting very down. You feel this pain in your chest. It becomes hard to breathe. It becomes very, very hard to breathe. But then what I do, I snap myself out of it. Thank you, Kev. This is a beautiful man, Kev N, who supported our family. God bless you. Sent beautiful pictures of his family. God bless you, Kev. Um, you know, getting back to, if anybody does want to support us, the best way, the easiest way is through the Cash App. If you see that comment that I pinned, I love you, Kev. God bless you. You see the Cash App. That's the easiest way. I pinned a comment. It says Stream Elements. If you read it, it says help a mom, stage 4 breast cancer. And then it has the $ Richard Lavoie. That is my Cash App. The $ RICHARDLEVOI. Thank you for your prayers, Kev. I need all the prayers. My family needs all the prayers we could get. For anyone who makes a very small, I call it an entertainment tip because I'm a piano player, I will write a song for you. I call it the thank you song. It's going to be a blues jazz composition. I write to make your good deed immortal. This is to help a wife dealing with, and a mother, stage 4 cancer. She's currently on a ventilator, end stage cancer. God bless her. I mean, I would actually believe that to be true, Back to the Future, because especially Beethoven is a genius, you know? Listen, music is healing. Look, I don't know if that's true. We're going to say that Back to the Future's comment is alleged, of course, but he said, did you hear this? There was a study on cancer patients that showed listening to Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, da 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 da, da 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 da, destroyed 20% of cancer cells while healthy cells were unaffected. It's possible. Listen, music is healing. Music is healing. It is possible. But I'll say it's alleged, of course, because I got to watch everything I say as a YouTuber. I always have to use that word alleged, but I believe music is healing, in my opinion. So with that said, let's do some music, right? Where's it? I'll do my own little... Yeah, I love playing the piano, man. Yeah, God bless you, Kev. You are a beautiful, good-hearted guy, man. And the boss lady is here. Yeah. Look, it's been really hard. It's been really, really hard for me, and I don't want anybody to think that just because you're seeing me live and I'm playing the piano that I am okay. I'm shot. I still can't believe that all of this is even real. It seems like I'm in some kind of a nightmare. You know, I wake up in the middle of the night every night. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I go downstairs thinking my wife is there, which is what I'm used to seeing pretty much my whole life. And she's not there. And then the reality sets in. The reality sets in. It is very surreal. It's like everything around me seems to be the way it used to be. You know, Lacey, it's like everything. I still got the same house, you know. I got the same kids, right? I got the same dogs. I do all the same things I did before. It's just that my wife's not here. It's so weird because everything else is the same. Yes, my wife is missing, but you know what it is? I can't explain this. It's like a hard thing to explain. It's a hard thing to explain. Like if we were all in a situation, like I'll give you an example. You know, you think of like prisoners of war or something like that. You think of like the brave men and women who serve our great country. God bless them. And if something really dramatic happened, like they got captured or something, I always think of John McCain. I love President Trump, but I still think that what he said about John McCain, you know, oh, he was only a hero because he was captured. I don't think that that was very nice, to be honest with you. You know, John McCain was a hero. God bless John McCain. He was a hero, and he served our country proud. And I didn't like that one comment, I'll be honest with you. Yes, he was. But you think about like a situation like this. You think about like if you're in a situation where you've been captured or something like that, and you're being tortured, that's like, my God, you know, what I mean, can you imagine being in a situation like that? My God, that must be the most horrific, horrible, like unbelievably scary, situation. But you're in, at least you want to know why I could accept a situation like that better than my current situation. And I know you probably think I'm a psycho. You're like, what is this guy talking about? Because everything in my life would have been different. Like I'm in this different country. I had the enemy, you understand, torturing me. And for some reason, that's more of a believable situation to me than the current situation I'm in right now. Because the current situation I'm in right now, everything is the same. It's like there's nothing different. Even my wife's bedroom. I go into my wife's bedroom, I see her clothes, I smell her clothes, I see her bed, I see her shoes, I see it's like nothing is different. Because sometimes I say to myself, am I just losing my mind? Like because something just doesn't seem right. It doesn't, I can't explain it to all of you. My kids get up every morning, they go to school just like they've always done. School and education was very important to my wife. And, I make them their breakfast and, they're off to school and then they come home and they're doing good. God bless them. They are doing well. They're doing well in school. They're doing well in everything. Trust God's plan. I don't know what God's plan is, brother. I don't understand why God would have a plan where he's doing this to my wife, Telly, honestly. And I do believe in God and I love God, but I don't understand it. Look, he could have made her just pass in her sleep, brother. You know what I mean? Look, my wife was at home with her kids. She was on the palliative care. She was on the palliative care and she could have just listened. If she had to go, I understand. She could have passed it asleep, brother. But why put her through all of this, like this craziness, this torture? Like why did she have to, collapse like this, where she lost all of her abilities of a human being, her ability to speak, her ability to eat, her ability to drink. At one point she was able to put her thumbs up. She can't do this anymore. She can't put her thumbs up. She can't nod her head. If that's God's plan, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to God, but I don't understand why God would do something like this. This is a beautiful person here. This is a good person. I don't know, Telly. Look, I'm sorry, but, I think of the song by Billy Joel, Only the Good Die Young. I never realized how true that song is. I never realized it. I mean, of course, he was talking more or less about lust, with this girl that he, Virginia, that he wanted very badly, but she was that good Catholic girl and all that stuff. But just the actual message of the song, "Only the Good Die Young," is such true words. But only the good should not suffer. I don't understand it either, the boss. I mean, why do that? Like, she's 46 years old. This is a young girl. This is a young woman. I shouldn't say girl, a young woman. And my wife has never hurt a soul. My wife is the type of a woman who would run in front of a bus, you understand, to save a cat, to save a dog. She was a big animal lover. This was a good-hearted person. This was a great mother. This was someone who dedicated her whole life to her children. This is someone who dedicated her whole life to her family. And to see her like this in a ventilator. Now, you might all say, why aren't you pulling the plug, right? That's what I get this call every day. Give up, give up, give up. It's hard for me to give up because she has not gotten any treatment for her brain. And I'm meeting with someone today in the early afternoon. I finally got the doctor to meet with me. I'm going to meet with the radiologist and I'm going to discuss possible radiation because, see, the way I see it, radiation could shrink the tumors in her brain. If it shrinks the tumors in her brain, it might just give her a lifeline. It might just give her a chance. It might give her the ability, it might take a few weeks, but it might give her the ability to speak again. It might give her the ability to possibly walk again. The boss lady, I lost a dear friend at 42, leaving a 6-year-old daughter. It's terrible. God bless. My condolences to you and to his his family or her family. We did prayers with 20 people on the phone. It was her. Okay. I knew her from childhood. It crushed me. Cancer. Yeah, you know what it is? More money investing. We don't know what happens on the other side. It could be good, better. It's tough to keep faith in moments like this, but there is a lot we don't know. I was just talking about this with Telly. Look, you know that I love God, and I always say God is good. And I always say, trust in God and trust in his plan. Just like Telly said, I've been saying this my whole life. But now I didn't know that plan included my wife suffering like this. I didn't know that because my wife is a good person. My wife is a beautiful person. This is a person that never hurt a soul. This is a person, her only mission in her life was to raise the children right, to be a loving, supportive, wonderful wife and a loving, supportive mother. This is a beautiful person, Jennifer. Jennifer's a beautiful person. She never did listen to me. Jennifer never even spoke bad to anybody. She's just a great person. Her whole life was about her family. And to see her like this, it just utterly devastates me. It utterly breaks my heart. You might be like, why are you on a live stream? Look, I'm with my wife all the time because a lot of people don't understand this. I am with my wife. At some point, I need a little break too for my own sanity because people don't understand this. I need a break for my own sanity. Thank you, the boss lady. And a lot of things I do is music. Music is a way for me to keep sane. Writing music, improvising on the piano is a great way for me to express. See, sometimes I can't express it through words. Words, I don't know. I can't think of the right words to say. But the music, all my words. Like, I'll give you an example. If I just did something like this, right? You can hear all my pain. You can hear everything in the piano and the music, the piano, the music, I could thank you, the boss lady. I could just express myself through the music. Telly, dear God, we come to you in prayer, asking for your healing touch upon Richard's wife. Please grant her strength and restore her health. Thank you, Telly. Enveloping her in your love and comfort. We also ask for your, and then it cut off, but that's beautiful, Telly. Anybody, out there who would like to support our family, it is not required. With a small entertainment tip, that is my Cash App. We are struggling. We are struggling emotionally, financially, every way that you could possibly imagine. What I do is I write something called the thank you song. I'm going to write that up here. Okay, this is what I do. It's called the thank you song. Okay. Anybody, it could be a couple of dollars on my Cash App. My Cash App, let me just make sure you understand this. Cash App. I don't have the greatest handwriting, but my Cash App is the $ Richard Lavoie. There's no space. There's no underscore. It could be any amount that you want. It could be $1 to $10, nothing crazy. Anything you could do is greatly appreciated. I will write you a song on the piano. It's called the thank you song, and I will upload it on my short videos to make your good deed immortal. I'm sorry. You hear me now, boss lady? I'm back. I'm sorry. I hit the button by mistake. It was the mute. I'm sorry. Telly, dear God, we come to you in prayer, asking for your healing touch upon Richard's wife. Please grant her strength to restore her health, enveloping her in your loving comfort. God bless. We also ask for your blessings upon Richard and his family during this challenging time. May they find peace, hope, and support in one another, feeling your presence, guiding them every step of the way. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. One of the most beautiful verses in the Bible, this gentleman, when he came to my live stream, he recited it, and it was so beautiful. He said that there was a man that was facing the end of his life, and he's walking on a beach, okay? As he's walking on the beach, he's looking up into the sky, and the sky is replaying his whole life, like ever since, when he was born, when he was a teenager, when he got married, as he got older, he was replaying all of the chapters of his life. He noticed that throughout the good times in his life, he saw 2 footprints in the beach, okay? One footprint was his. The other footprint was God, was Jesus. Then he started noticing something as he was replaying the chapters of his life. He noticed that during the most difficult times in his life, there was only one set of footprints. Like as he was looking up at the sky and he was viewing the hardest times in his life. And he got very angry. He said, God, if you were with me my whole life during the good times, I saw your footprints, I saw my footprints. Why didn't I see your footprints during the most difficult, challenging times of my life? God replied, I was there with you. I was holding you. I was holding you. So that's why you only saw one set of footprints, because it was God's footprints and he was carrying him. He is carrying. I hope he's carrying my wife right now. I really, really hope that he's carrying my wife, because this girl, this woman, I shouldn't say girl, this beautiful, beautiful woman, the best of the best, is truly, truly suffering. He is, Richie, from your mouth to God's ears. I mean, she's suffering. You know, I'll tell you a story. We were at the Hibachi Steakhouse yesterday. I just wanted to make my kids happy, you know. I really, it was too much money, but I just wanted to bring, I did bring, that's their favorite place. I brought smiles to their faces. Sophia said something to me, which I find to be like a miracle. You want to see, you want to hear a miracle almost? My daughter says, Dad, I thought I just saw mom. Like it was like crazy. She goes, I don't know if I'm imagining it. She goes, but I felt her presence. I felt mom's presence. So at first I didn't really think anything of it, you know. I was just like, Sophia, that's beautiful. I was just, like, just reassuring her. I was like, Mom is always with us. But this is the thing. A few minutes later, I got a call from the hospital saying that Jennifer pretty much stopped breathing. She was hardly breathing. She wasn't breathing anymore. Possibly at that moment, she might have been clinically dead because, name of the Father, of the Son, Holy Spirit, amen. They brought her back. Yeah, they brought her back. They had to rush her to the ventilator. This is when she wasn't on the ventilator. They rushed her back on the ventilator, and they had to clear her throat. They did this procedure where they cleared her like lungs of all the secretions and everything. What Sophia told me was she saw her mother, but then she vanished very quickly. I kind of wonder, and again, this is all speculation, of course. None of us understand what happens, with the afterlife or all that. But I speculate, is it possible at that one moment that she might have passed away, and then they brought her back? And she was with my daughter. Like my daughter said she felt the presence. My daughter said she felt mom with us. And then she said that in a moment's notice, she vanished. So I don't know. I do know this, though. I've had conversations with Jennifer about this, the afterlife. I've had conversations. It's very hard, Lacey. It's so hard. I've had many conversations over the years with my wife about this, and I truly believe if it's in Jennifer's power, that she would visit us. I believe that. Jennifer wasn't ready. See, this is another thing. So many people, when they pass away, they're not ready. Jennifer was not ready. We weren't ready as a family. This was too abrupt. This was too fast. This happened only in 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, my wife was functioning, talking, eating, taking care of her family, taking care of me, taking care of herself. I mean, she was 100%. And then in a moment's notice, it's like she got the pneumonia, stopped eating, stopped drinking, eventually stopped talking, eventually couldn't get up anymore, couldn't walk, couldn't move, couldn't nod her head anymore, couldn't give a thumbs up, couldn't do it. 3 weeks this happened, 3 weeks. So, it's crazy. Well, nobody is ever ready, but look, can I be honest with you? I did know my wife had stage 4 cancer. I did know she's been fighting this for 10 years. And I'm very proud of her because she's a fighter. She's a warrior. But this is the thing. I wasn't expecting Thank you, Angie. Let me pin that comment. This is a better one. Oh man. Uh, I'm sorry, Angie. She's coming back. I by mistake, I hid her from the channel. Angie is my beautiful, beautiful friend. She's coming back any minute. That was an accident, Angie. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to pin your comment. It just shows you how shot I am. She's coming back any second, the boss lady. That was a slip of the fingers. You're back, Angie. Angie, can you type the Cash App one last time for me? That was just an error. That was a mistake. I'm gonna pin your comment if you could type my Cash App. Thank you. I just pinned Angie's comment. That is my Cash App. That is my entertainment tip jar. That's like my piano tip jar. For a very, very small entertainment tip, could be anywhere from $1 to $10, something very small. I will dedicate a song and a video to you for your good deed. Jennifer loves you too, Angie. My whole family loves you, Angie. We love Lacey. We love you. We love everybody. Mo Money Investing, Telly, all of you. You're great people. Kev. You know, like I was saying before, if she would have passed in her sleep, I would have, of course, I would have been heartbroken. Of course. Of course, I would have been devastated. But I would have been more accepting because in my mind, she would have passed peacefully. She was with her family. That was the plan. She was at home with us. Thank you, Mo Money Investing. I'm trying, brother. I got to stay strong for the kids. But I would have been in acceptance of that. No, 10 years of fighting. I am very, very impressed. She's a warrior. I am so proud of my wife. And I tell my kids every day, I said, be proud of your mother. Be very proud of her. Because when Jennifer first got cancer in 2015, it turned to stage 4 in 2017. You know what she said to me? She was crying. She said, I want to see my children grow up. That's what she said to me. I want to see my children grow up. And she did. Sophia was only 1 year old in 2015 when she told me this. Now Sophia today is 11. And she was at Sophia's birthday. She was at Sophia's birthday, January 7th. We went out together. Jennifer came out with us. Isn't that crazy? Jennifer was singing happy birthday to her daughter. So that girl was a fighter, man. Yes, of course she did. She said to me, she's like, I'm not feeling well that day. She goes, I am not feeling well. She goes, but it's my daughter's birthday. I'm going out. I'm getting up and I'm going out. And she did. But since then, and I don't want to be negative, but it seems like she's suffering. It's like every day it's something new. It's like first it started with she couldn't drink or eat food anymore. Every time she drank or ate any type of food, she started gagging. She started vomiting in a way. And that caused, I believe, the aspiration. It's like, we don't know this, but we have two pipes. One of our pipes goes to our esophagus. This is our pipes over here. And the other pipe goes to the airway, to the lungs. If you get food in the airway pipe, it could cause pneumonia. It could cause aspiration. It could cause a bacteria buildup. Now, that typically doesn't happen to people like us if you're healthy. It sometimes can happen. But in the case of Jennifer, because she was dealing with the cancer in the brain, it was making it almost close to impossible for her to eat. I wasn't realizing this at first. I had no idea what was causing this. But the problem is that's what caused her to get the pneumonia. That's what caused her to get the aspiration. Now, the problem that we're facing is that she's back on the ventilator. So they got the tubes back in her throat again. They got the breathing tube, they got, the food tube, they got everything back in this poor girl's throat. The problem is if she gets off the ventilator at some point, hopefully, right, knock on wood, but here's the problem. There is a problem. The last time they took those tubes out of her throat, she threw up. And when she threw up, she started to aspirate because some of that throw up went down the wrong pipe. It went down the pipe where the lungs are. So that's why it's like she can't seem to get over this pneumonia on top of dealing with cancer. So the only solution that I see is they got to treat the cancer. I'm meeting with the doctor today in the afternoon. I'm meeting with him to discuss treatment of the brain, to discuss something that they should do for this girl. Give her some time to maybe let those tumors shrink. I don't know if they're going to do it, though. They don't want to treat her. The surgeon said he doesn't want to do nothing. I don't want to touch this girl surgically with a 10-foot pole. I mean, he did the EVD, though. That's what I find a little odd. That's the little port they put in that drains the liquid from the brain because she has so many tumors. We all have liquid that flows in our brain. I don't know if you know this, but it flows normally because if you don't have tumors, there's no, there's no blockage. But in the case of Jennifer, because of all of her tumors, the liquids get stuck. So they had to put in this thing, it's called an EVD that drains the liquid. God is with her, Richie. You need to believe that. We don't know why he takes angels so young. He must need her. You want to hear a crazy story? When my wife first got stage 4 cancer, this was in 2017, when it turned to stage 4, her mother, Linda, her beautiful, beautiful mother, passed away suddenly. Passed away suddenly from what's called acute leukemia. And as soon as the mother passed away, Jennifer got better. Jennifer, at the time, this was during when Jennifer, your mom is Linda too, God bless. This is the time when Jennifer was very sick. She had septic shock. She was actually in a similar situation in 2017. She was unable to walk. She was kind of like in that coma-like state. But they gave her chemotherapy. See, they treated her back then. They gave her chemo, and she had cancer on her liver. The chemo wiped out the cancer on her liver. And she came back to life. And we always used to say that Linda, her mother, saved her. Like, is it possible? We don't know what goes on in the afterlife, but is it possible that Linda said, take me? I don't know. Save my daughter. Save my daughter. Take me. Because I'm telling you, don't you find that to be a little odd how the mother passed away right when Jennifer felt better, right when Jennifer made a recovery? This is back in 2017. Jennifer made a recovery. Her mother passed away. But now I'm seeing Jennifer, suffer the way her mother kind of went. Like, it's sick. It's a very weird thing. It's like the mother passed away in a period of 3 weeks from the acute leukemia. And I'm seeing a very similar thing with Jennifer. It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. It's like she's going through this 3-week, whatever you want to call it, marathon. It's crazy, right? Where every day something is happening to her. She's losing her ability to eat. She's losing her ability to drink. Like I'm saying, this is like a 3-week process. She's losing her ability to talk. She's losing her ability to walk. She's losing her ability to nod. It's weird. It's like a similar thing that her mother went through. I don't know. It's very odd. It's very, very odd. There's like that connection there. There was that connection where I believe the mother saved her. The mother said, take me, I saved my daughter. But maybe the arrangement was for 10 years. That's it. They said, look, whoever that deal is, whether, I don't know, God, give her 10 years. I don't know, because I find it to be odd how suddenly now Because you know what my son was saying to me, Michael? My son was saying to me, Dad, Mom lived a life with stage 4 cancer that was not normal. My son was saying this to me. He says she was living like she didn't have cancer. And my daughter was agreeing. In other words, she was living a normal life for like 10 years. She was functioning. She was cooking. She was taking care of her family, taking care of me, taking even care of my mother. She was like solid as a rock. She's like a warrior. And nobody could understand it because when she would go to like the hospital, I was telling Lacey this when we were talking. When she would go to the hospital, right, Lacey, they would look at her medical charts, and her medical charts looked like Nightmare on Elm Street. Richie, I don't know what I'm going to do when I lose my uncle. God bless him. Who's almost 90, who lives with me, my aunt too. Every moment is precious. We remember those we love, of course. God bless him. I'll keep your uncle in my prayers. God bless him. God bless your uncle. I hope that he recovers and, God bless you and your family, Lacey. I want nothing but the best for all of you. Um, it's just that kind of lost train of thought there for a second, but Jennifer is 46 years old. This girl is very, very young. This is not right. This is not fair. She's only 46 years old, and that's why I'm not ready to give up. Everybody wants me to give up on her. I'm not ready to give up, but I do have to go, unfortunately. I will be back in a little bit. I got to go see the wife. I got to do some errands. Um, but my appointment, I do have some time. My appointment is in the afternoon, but I got to do some errands. Might get myself a little something to eat, a little sandwich, just to give myself some energy here because I got to talk to this doctor for a while. I got to try to convince him to treat my wife, to give my wife some kind of a lifeline here with maybe radiation. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'll try my best. I'll try. Starting to feel like I'm running out of steam here. I don't know if I could save her. I don't know. I want to save her with all my heart and soul. I want to save her. I just don't know if I can. It seems like the cancer has really gotten very, very advanced. I mean, it's like you see her, she's not like she's in a coma, like she's like in a coma. She's not talking, she's not moving, she's sleeping. She's got the breathing tube in her mouth, she got the food tube. She's got this big scar on her head. They had to cover up her whole head because of the operation, the EVD. Oh my God. It's just a horrible, horrible, horrible situation. One that I never thought I would face. I never thought I would face anything like this. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. That sounds real good, the boss lady. So I'm going to go get myself a little something to eat. God bless you, boss lady. I'm going to be everything for my wife. Like I said, I'm Mr. Mom now. I'm Mr. Mom. I'm doing the job of two parents. That's fine. I mean, listen, that's the way my wife wanted it. I gotta take care of our kids. I gotta be both the father and the mother in a way. I'm doing everything right now. I'm doing everything. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I just cleaned all the clothes. Forget about it. I never did this my whole life. Like I was always the finance guy. I was telling Lacey, that's just what I did. I paid the bills. I'm like that song. What's that song? Where did all the cowboys go? Where is my John Wayne? Where is the rising sun? You know that song where it goes, I'll go wash the dishes while you pay all the bills. It's like, that was me and my wife. That's just the way it was. I'm not trying to sound like I'm like a male chauvinist, but it was just like I was paying the bills. I was doing my thing. She was doing all the domestic stuff, Now I'm doing all of it. And it's hard. Let me tell you something. It's hard. It is not easy. That's why you got to appreciate your mom, you only have one mom or your wife, if they're doing that right now. Like, I don't know anyone's situation, but if you're in a situation where you have someone who's doing all that domestic work, oh man, you got to get them like a trophy. Go get them a gold trophy, and just say this is, the mother of the year award, wife of the year award. That's right, the boss lady. Because let me tell you, that is no joke, that stuff that I'm doing right now. It's hard work. It's hard work. And it is what it is. That's it. That's my situation. I got to be here for the kids. The kids need clothes. The kids need food. I got to keep everything going for the kids. That's what Jennifer would want. She would beat my ass, Jennifer. My wife would say, I know you, I know you love me, Rich, is what my wife would say to me. I know you love me, but you take care of our kids. You snap out of this. Snap out of this. Our kids need you, Richard. I hear you, Jennifer. I will stay strong for our kids. I will stay strong for them. And like I said, if anybody would like to do something from their hearts, a very small entertainment tip on my Cash App. You can see it's the $ Richard Lavoie. It's the pinned comment with Angie. That's the $ Richard Lavoie, RICHARDLEVOI. I will write the thank you song for you. I will upload a beautiful video, beautiful piano music, and turn your good deed into something immortal. Love this, Sophia Michael. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you, the boss lady. God bless all of you. I will be back soon. I love all of you. God bless all of you. God bless your families.